How's it going, guys? This is Holy War 007 with Black Image Entertainment this glorious evening. I just wanted to let y'all know that this one is going to be about some good old-fashioned video games. So, funny thing is, look at what I just found. What the? Why you got the... He's has this sitting right here. So what this means, he's actually been touching it. He's actually been touching this game system. Which I've been enjoying my game system quite often since I've got it. So if you don't know what this is a Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch. And I've been enjoying the shit out of my game. I got 2 games for it right now. And I have the little Nintendo answer to the old virtual console. So I've been having some good times with my Switch, bringing one controller to work, and me and a buddy are sitting there playing Mario Kart at work in our downtime. So, which is pretty awesome, where all I do is bring my system and one controller and 2 people are playing. And it's been a very fun experience. I also got the Hyrule Warriors, or all I call is Dynasty Zelda. Dynasty Warriors Zelda.
Knights. Zelda.
Yeah, so anyway, that game's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying that as well, playing that with other people as well. So, since you have your Switch controller out in the open, how are you enjoying your playing it again? What are you doing as you're playing it again? Anything specific? Cut. Don't.
Oh, now I get to introduce myself?
Because he wasn't here, but y'all should know this fool NT way.
You know, I finished Red Dead Redemption 2. Hold on. I'm going to release the video that I recorded about my impressions of Red Dead Redemption 2 and its 2 endings. That video will be coming soon. Look for it. So when I finished Red Dead Redemption 2, these fools weren't logging on GTA Online. I would do all my runs and make my money on GTA Online. Nothing to do in Red Dead. Let me go ahead and see what's going on this Switch. That's where I was going with this. So, yeah, I turned it back on. You know, it's been a minute. Like he said, it's been a minute. You know, I won't say I abandoned the system. It's just, I would much even today, I would still rather play GTA Online. You know, I'd just rather play it. So, like I said, they weren't logging on GTA. So, I snuck over to the Switch real quick. And just one night, I just had a while. I wanted to start something new, so it was between Nier Automata. I was either going to start that or what was the other option? Or I think I'll pick back up Kingdom Hearts. So I'm at the point where I don't think I'm ever going to get to finish Kingdom Hearts because I just don't think I like it. But that's in a whole other video. So I ended up turning on the Switch. I'm like, shit, I got like 5, 6 games for the Switch and I ain't played none of them. So I started Mario Odyssey. Nice. I started that. Forgot I had it. It's like, you know what? And it's I mean, probably picking it back up. I definitely enjoyed my first night with it. It was, I might be getting a little too old for Mario. But shout out to the Nintendo creators, since while we're on the subject, because Nintendo has invested so much into the Mario character. Mario is on par, as far as recognition is concerned, as Mickey Mouse. So one of the things that I noticed with this Mario Odyssey is even if you don't have the ability to read, the characters don't speak in English. They just kind of mumble. But because of the facial gestures and the time that they put into the different pitches of mumbles, you get the gist of what's going on with Mario Odyssey and not a word's being said. I'm like, damn, they did a good job with this, man. And Nintendo has put a lot of time and care into their first party titles. It's just love. It's a love for the series. They know now who they are, what they represent, and how the Nintendo brand will be carrying on probably much longer than our lifetimes, especially with the revitalization of the Nintendo just stock and software itself, because they were in a downward spiral for a while then.
Until this Switch hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only thing that was saving them was the Nintendo DS's, the portable.
Right. We was worried there for a little while because their stock crashed, and the only thing that was holding Nintendo up was the DS and I guess the Pokemon, going back to the previous video. Mm-hmm. So for them to turn it around and revitalize the company in such a short period of time and be doing extremely well now. Shout out to Nintendo, the CEOs and directors and financial advisors, all the people that run Nintendo. Good job on just keeping your shit together. And
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's real cool. It's real cool to see. I'm trying to think when I got worried.
It's
I want to say what the GameCube.
They were dropping heavily after the Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
the Nintendo 64 was because Sony was taking
the market. Sony was killing them. And then small shout out, small callback. A lot of people don't know that the PlayStation was originally Nintendo's idea. Mm-hmm. The Nintendo is
told them to make them
the creator of the PlayStation. Nintendo actually created their worst enemy, and they were
decided to go with.
So Nintendo was trying to copy the Sega. The Sega came out with the Sega CD. Well, actually, Sega was copying the TurboGrafx. If we really want to go back.
TurboGrafx was disc-based?
They had a TurboGrafx 16 CD. I have it. Don't ask. So, matter of fact, that was the first home version of Street Fighter. That's the only reason I had it. I didn't say Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter. That was the only way you could get it at home, is to have a TurboGrafx 16 CD. And I had it. So anyway, that being said, Sega hit the market fast and hard with the Sega CD, and Nintendo was still behind the stick because everything, media was turning CD, everything was just going to a digital-based world at this point with these discs over the cassette tapes and records and vinyl and shit like that. But Nintendo wasn't letting them cartridges go. And so...
because it was harder to copy. That's the only reason.
Right, because they were so worried about getting encrypted, like someone copying their stuff. And if they copy it, I didn't really get what they were trying to prove there. So they refused to go CD, and then they finally decided to try to go CD with the GameCube, but then they had these little bitch ass discs.
To make it hard to copy.
Right, to make it hard to copy. But let me tell you,
They
they put some love in that GameCube. If you think about it,
Oh, they did, but they've been shooting them. They've been shooting themselves in the foot, trying to not be copied, and it hurt them for the longest.
well, they finally gave in with the Wii,
They finally came in with the Wii.
and they got hacked the shit out of. They paid for it after all them years. I mean, technically, they were right.
And the reason that they went ahead and did it that way is they tried to make sure that everything for the Wii, that you'd at least have to have the Wii console to play the Wii. That's why everything was motion controlled, because they knew they weren't going to keep people from copying the discs in the games.
Okay.
Then you wouldn't be able to play it if you didn't have
The Wiimotes
a motion controlled
and the bar and the system.
And so that's what they were doing once again with the Wii to make it harder to copy.
Okay.
And so
I can see that, Ty.
So doing that, the Wii actually did good because physical therapy and everybody is like, the Wii makes you actually move when you're sitting at home. Yay. And so a lot of people bought that system. A lot of places.
A lot of
And
people.
just random people would buy that system also with the power of Mario. And so the way that the Nintendo was getting their foot ground back, they were like, we don't want to be the main console. We want to be the other console. So you have your power console,
your PlayStation, your Xbox, but we'll be just this
other console. So Mario.
They was pushing that hard. Oh, and we'll sell it to you for just a little bit cheaper.
A lot less.
Since we ain't gonna put no power into it, since we ain't gonna put no investment into the graphics, we gonna let y'all have y'all graphics. We gonna come over here and draw this little bullshit over here and sell it to y'all at a discount. They sound like a used car. And that shit worked. People ate that shit up. People ate that shit up. Like you said, what did they come out for? $199?
Yeah.
Which was a callback to all the other Nintendo releases.
And it came with the game.
Right. So I think at every release outside of the Wii U, Nintendo has stayed at $199 for all their releases. Because I think I paid $199 for my Nintendo. I know I paid $189, if not $199 for my Game Boy. I paid $199 for my
N64
Advance. I paid $199 for my SP. My N64. Yep. And then my GameCube. I think it came out at $199. So yeah. But then they broke that with that Wii U. They were like, we can't do it.
Because that damn screen was that price.
And so again, Nintendo was in trouble.
They brought that system out too fast and just
because it was the Wii was still popular. And they were still releasing games on the Wii.
Then it was like, why do I need to buy this
new Wii that gives me a screen that I don't want Wii?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody bought the Wii.
Yeah.
And, the Wii U. And then Nintendo claimed that they were still losing money on it. They said for every unit they sold, they were still losing like some nominal amount of money because the system was still, I guess it cost more to manufacture than what they were selling it for.
But this is the biggest revelation that I had not too long ago. So now the Switch, those games run on cartridges again.
Yeah.
So now check this out. But these cartridges are basically
SD cards. Right.
And so now the highest you can fit on a disc is 80 gigs. Now you have up to a terabyte of storage
on an SD card.
And so Nintendo's been like, we've been dealing with these fucking cartridges forever, and now we told y'all hoes. We told y'all hoes for the longest. You can put anything you want on
what hoes?
Nintendo's like, we told you the money is in the cartridges.
That's a good point. It is kind of a creepy callback to end up going back to cartridges after all these years. And now Xbox is saying that they're gonna release a diskless
system.
Yeah. But you know what? I think we made a video about this already. Fuck y'all that wanted to vote against the digital industry when Xbox was trying to do it with the Xbox One. Because you all are the ones that screwed us. Because now, shout out to the homies on the little chat group that we in. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Now they pissed off because they're saying, well, I don't want to have to buy a disc anymore, or I'm thinking that I don't want to have to hold disc anymore, but I'm just going to go ahead and buy the disc because I can't afford the digital versions, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the store because the digital versions are always so much more. But you fucked yourself because even when you buy the CD version, you still spend an hour plus downloading it onto your hard drive. You fucked yourself. Now your games that you download onto your hard drive, you can't even launch them games without the disc in it.
Yeah.
So you fucked yourself. And I was on all the forums. Y'all thinking about this wrong. Y'all don't want to end up being locked to these discs. And then everybody was protesting saying, well, if I buy the media, I want to be able to loan it to a friend. And so Microsoft even addressed that. They were like, okay, we'll let you loan it to a friend. You just sign off for it every week to say that you're not going to play the game because you let so-and-so play the game. That was hot.
Mm-hmm.
That was hot. And then I think some of the games, they were like if we take the example for the Double Dragon 4, they had an answer for that too because they were saying, well, what if we want to play the game simultaneously? What if it's a two-player game? Well, then, yeah, you remote into the other person's machine, which they did give us that feature. Mm-hmm. You remote into the other person's machine and then y'all can play it at the same time. He be at his house, I be at my house, y'all play it. They had an answer for everything. They were like, if you let us sell it digitally, then we can reduce the cost of production and sell you the games at like half the price.
They wasn't going to go that cheap, but we know what you're going to say.
Right. They wasn't saying that the $60 games was going to be $20, $30. They were saying, we'll sell you the $60 games back at like $40, maybe $50. Yeah, I was like, shit, yeah, I'm all with it.
I'll save you with your $10.
I'm all with it. People, I want to be able to take all of my games. They had all kinds of excuses. Now you look stupid. So,
because that's one of the funniest things is because I'm not gonna lie, I wanted the discs until I got my Xbox One for the first time and I downloaded Killer Instinct and I have the game in the system and I'm like, I want to play Killer Instinct. That's what I'm talking about. Killer Instincts.
I was about to say, I remember having the disc for that game. I got so many copies of that damn Killer Instinct. I think I got every flavor of Killer Instinct that they released. I just wanted the box art. I literally went because I love that genre, that IP so much. I was just buying it just to support them. And I talked to, much love to the, it's not Rare anymore. It is Microsoft. Well, they changed creators. Iron Galaxy went on and picked it up for the second and third season. But anyway, that being said, I will be I still got the blue Joy-Con problem since I got the first generation Switch, and it's still doing it. So I'm considering buying the Mario Party 8 just to get the Joy-Con.
Nice. I'm gonna get that game, and the cool thing about that game, I was doing some research on it. When you system link it, you can system link it like down on the ground and everything like that, and the game will actually use both screens for one screen. So basically, it will go from one screen, snake all the way over to the other screen when you're playing it. Pretty cool stuff.
I don't know how that's useful or anything, but okay.
So when you like play Travel Wise and stuff like that, you're such a lame ass man. He gets this whole setup and don't feel like traveling anymore. Lazy ass people.
Traveling? Where am I traveling to?
Anywhere. Take your Switch with you.
I am taking my Switch with. I'm gonna be out of town next week. I'm taking my Switch with me. That's the reason why you buy it. I still don't get what you're saying though. All that being said, yeah, I'm playing my Switch again. I might already be done with RDR2 online, but I'm saying that for the next video because this was already long. So
I
anything
thought
else?
you were never gonna say that anymore.
I said RDR2 online. I just I didn't cut it off at the Anything else you want to ask me about the Nintendo since this is your video?
My video. So, have you ready to download your
Smash Brothers?
Smash Brothers?
I ain't even bought it yet. I've been having this hot, heated internal debate on whether or not I'm gonna buy physical or digital. Because I saw it for like $25 on physical. Oh, it's hard for me to pass that up. It was hard, and then I had another problem because I've already invested. I think my Switch has a 256 in it, so I was like, well, I did invest into the space so that it will be on the Switch, so I can have the digital games. So am I really saving myself money by buying this $25 version, the physical version? So, again, I'm just externalizing my internal debates. I haven't been able to vocalize this to anyone. That's essentially what I've been going through. And then I also bought LA Noire over Black Friday. I didn't tell you that. Yeah, I bought it.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked that up, so I'm looking forward to playing it. That's why I know I'm taking my Switch, because I want to start that. I never finished it on the PlayStation 2. So this will be my first time seeing this game in 18 years.
Not that long, but it sounds good.
Yeah. It's been at least a good 15.
No,
Has to be.
it was a PlayStation 3 game.
No, they re-released it on the PlayStation 3. They've been re-releasing it for every console. The original one was on the PlayStation 2. When it was first released, I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation 2. Because I think I bought it. I think I still got it, actually. And I said, ooh. And then when they re-released it on PlayStation 3, I was like,
I call bullshit.
I'm pretty sure, man. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Because I think that game came out. Was it? Now you got me sick.
PlayStation 3, like I thought.
It's a PlayStation 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I was wrong. What year did it come out?
11.
Okay.
May 17th, 2011.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I started it, and then the girl that I was dating at the time, we loved that game. That was something that we could do, because she liked the murder mystery shows. And so when I bust out this game, she was
Trying
just
to watch people lying.
and we would try to figure it out together.
Nigga, you lying! He lying, babe! He lying, babe!
Right. Then I would give her the control. I'd be sitting up there eating, watching. Nah, you know he lying. Nah, I think he good though. Yeah, go ahead and trust that. Yeah, just trust him. I would try to trust all the black people. That's just my nature, man. You know, that's just my. I would try, man. You know, I
Any
would.
white person playing that game is I don't trust the darkies.
Oh man, I would try to trust them, y'all. I would try, man. Unless you just made me not believe in you, I would try to. That's probably why I never finished it. Yeah, man. So anyway, I'm looking forward to playing that too. You know, it was cheap, man. It was like what, $7?
Right.
So I picked that up. I'm looking forward to that. So I did buy that in physical form because I just want to go beat that. I wasn't gonna beat them $7. So yeah, I got quite a few games on my Switch.
So, question: do you know how much you can expand the memory on the Switch? Can you buy a 1 terabyte memory
Nah,
card?
I think it goes to 256. I think it goes to 256. Well, at least that's what they said. But they could do an update on a flash on it. Maybe it'll be able to read. Depends on the hardware. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's 256.
Well, granted, the games aren't that big.
I thought Zelda was like almost 40 gig.
Let's say.
Yeah. I just dropped the ball on Zelda.
But so at that point, you can do certain things to maximize your space. So big ass games like Zelda, you buy physical and then everything else be digital, so you can shut it.
I did actually buy Zelda physical for that very reason. Yeah, I bought Zelda. That's the only, well, it was the only physical game that I had outside of this LA Noir. So I bought Zelda because it was so big and people were complaining about how much of the internal memory it took as soon as you installed it. And it was one of the only games that it came out. I think it was only, like 7 games that came out. Bomberman, Zelda.
The Switch play gun shoot thing.
It wasn't that many games that came out with the Switch. But yeah, I did pick it back up. All the nightmares of my left Joy-Con came crashing back very quickly. That's one of the reasons why I hadn't invested so much time into my Switch. Even though I got a Pro controller, but I don't want a wire. So it's just one of those catch-22s. I got Street Fighter on it.
Nice. I need to buy that too.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to go on sale.
Shit, it came out on sale. It only came out for like 30.
Yeah.
You know what? This video gonna be a little bit longer.
Damn.
I was real close to buying that. I forgot to talk to you about this. I know we running out of battery too. I was real close to buying that Street Fighter cabinet. I was damn close. My only problem was the area that the place that I was going to buy from that day. They just didn't happen to have it in stock. And matter of fact, I tried to buy it before the sales, and they wouldn't sell it to me because they were like, "We're waiting to put them out because of the sales." I had already committed to buying.
Dang.
And I was going to sit it right there in that corner. But I had told BP about it and everything. Even my mom knew I was going to get it.
Damn.
But I backed out of that, man. And I'm kind of glad I didn't find it, because had I found it, like I said, it was one of the few things I was actually looking for on Black Friday. That was really it. It's just that. But I got curious because I wasn't really happy with the cabinet and the versions that it came with. It's a Champion Edition cabinet, but I don't even think that it has Championship Edition on it. I think it's only got Turbo, Hyper Fighting, Super, and I think Super Turbo is the 3 games that it has on it. So that was my first problem. So I was trying to see if I could expand and put Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, yeah, Super Turbo, and then leave it at that. So just have all the versions of Street Fighter 2 on there. The arcade editions, not the like home ports, or maybe even both. I would just want to see if anybody expanded what was in the presentation. Mm-hmm. What did I do that for? People got all kinds of problems with those cabinets. People are pissed about those cabinets.
Really?
Yeah, man. So after reading all the terrible reviews, and they said that the controls are terrible, 90% of the people are saying that when they open them that they're damaged, and even though they're damaged, that they're not getting the warranty or the support from the company. And I was like, oh no. So they're saying, somebody did a tally and they were like, for I guess out of every 10, maybe 2 of them will be okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Poor quality. They say the controls are terrible. And the people are most pissed off about the fact that it's got a monotone speaker. So it's got 2 speakers in it, but it's only wired, but it's mono. Yeah. So they said the sticks are terrible, the speakers are terrible. A lot of people are saying that they have dead pixels on those LCD screens as soon as they open them. So again, the more I read, the worse and worse. I was like, oh man. If I'm gonna play Street Fighter, I'm gonna turn on my PlayStation and play like the 30th Classic Anniversary. That was really just more for like nostalgia and artwork. Maybe every once in a while I actually go over there and press on a button or something like that. Mm-hmm. But not to open it out of the box. A lot of people were saying that the wood was cracked, screens would be cracked. And so it just, to me, it wasn't worth the risk, even though I committed to buying it. I already wanted, even I already had the space for it in my house. It was supposed to be my conversation piece.
Look, you got a whole system.
Right. The only thing I hadn't really figured out was if I was going to put a little ottoman, like one of those little cubes over there, since it's so short, or if I was going to get like a little bitty chair or something, so if anybody wanted to sit down over there and play it, they actually could. That was the only thing I hadn't figured out, but I already had everything figured out. But the ratings on the things were terrible. Man. So I abandoned the thought. They do have a dude local here in Texas that puts together his own custom cabinets. I think I was telling you about that before. So I may just do something like that. I was really excited about that arcade 1-up Street Fighter cabinet. I've been thinking about it for a couple of months, and finally got around to a coworker bought the Rampage one.
Nice.
And I don't think that I didn't read the forums about the Rampage ones, but I know that those and the Pac-Mans are still selling. So maybe they don't have the quality issues on those, but they said that the Midway one was all jacked up. Yeah, the Gauntlet, Galaga, I think it was, and Joust. Midway. Yeah. So I know they say that one's jacked up. Yeah. Yeah, they said that the ROMs don't even play without freezing. And then they said that you can't use the dip switches on they're not actual, they got it set on the hardest difficulty, and they're saying even people that are good at the game are struggling with the first round, the first fight in the game. So imagine trying to go over there and play the conversation piece, and then you got Zangief hitting you for like 70% of your life in one hit. That's what the game is, and you can't go in there and change the settings.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, so it would have been more of this conversation explaining why you shouldn't go over there and touch it than to just not buy it all together.
That shit will just piss you off.
Right.
Boot up the system.
Right.
So then my thing is, why don't you buy their cabinet, gut it, run it like you have your Xbox, and have your Xbox run all the whatchamacallits and have the joysticks run into the Xbox, and basically have your own cabinet running from your original hacked Xbox that has all those ROMs on it anyway.
Yeah. Again, if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm just gonna pay the guy to create my own custom cabinet. I agree with you.